Why are we making it more burdensome on farmers by adding these unnecessary burdens?
That's Brian Baumann. His family has been farming the land outside of Washtucna for more than 100 years. It's a challenging line of work that he says has become more difficult since the Climate Commitment Act went into effect.
Our Verified team has been covering the impacts of the CCA for more than a year now. KREM 2's Mark Hanrahan recently went to Brian's farm to learn more.
The longer that I live on the farm and be able to actually work the ground, the more I realize how important legacy is to me.
That legacy dates back to 1918, when Brian Baumann's great-grandfather put down roots on this plot of land roughly 12 miles outside of Washtucna. His family grows soft white winter wheat on roughly 4,000 acres. From here, it's taken to port and sold on the global market.
If your price is set too high on what the wheat's going to be, what you're willing to sell your wheat for, then nobody will buy it. They don't have to buy it if they don't want to.
It's a high-volume, low-margin business. Any added production costs cut into the bottom line. That includes the price of fuel. Baumann says the state's Climate Commitment Act has noticeably driven up diesel prices for him and other farmers in Washington.
Oh yeah, and it's unfortunate. I'm disappointed, really.
The law took effect in January of last year with the goal of substantially cutting the state's greenhouse gas emissions. Just last week, Governor Jay Inslee touted the law during his stop in Spokane.
This law is working. It's working in Spokane County. It's saving lives. It's giving our kids cleaner air.
The law has quickly generated a lot of money, nearly $2 billion in the first year. It's also driven up prices at the pump, something the Department of Ecology admitted when we talked to them in November.
We have estimated that we think the impact could be around 25 cents a gallon, maybe 27 cents a gallon.
Others, including the Washington Policy Center, put the increase closer to 40 to 45 cents per gallon. And even though the law dictates that certain industries like agriculture are supposed to be exempt from fuel surcharges, Baumann says just like everyone else, he too is paying more for fuel.
But in terms of costs, like fuel costs for you, it's been noticeable, like a noticeable increase?
Oh yeah. When you tack on 45 cents on a 9,000 gallon load, you know, that it adds up. It adds up a lot.
It's why the Washington Farm Bureau is trying to get the state legislature to act, recently writing, the exemption for both on-farm and on-highway fuel used for agriculture purposes from the carbon price under the CCA has not been honored. Damages are likely hundreds of millions of dollars and counting.
Every Washington resident that buys groceries is experiencing that hit, because the exemption isn't just for agriculture, it's for the transportation of egg products. Now, all the logistics endpoints within there, they are able to pass on that added cost, which then does hit the general public.
Ecology, which oversees the Climate Commitment Act, formed a work group last May to tackle the problems. After several meetings, they published this report in October, writing, by the time the work group began in June, a few fuel suppliers and distributors had stopped imposing these surcharges. Over the following 3 months, that number increased substantially. But for Baumann, issues remain. He hopes to one day recoup the added fuel costs he was supposed to be exempt from.
You know, are the farmers going to receive an interest payment on the money that is rightfully theirs from the government? Chances are probably not, but that would make it right.
Ultimately, voters in Washington will likely decide the future of the Climate Commitment Act. The Secretary of State announced last month that an initiative to repeal the act has collected enough signatures. It's now expected to appear on the November ballot.